Hey everybody and welcome back to a new video. Today I'm here to predict how Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3 is going to start off and how the events of Part 3 are going to unfold. Now I'm not going to go to the whispers and all the theories of the ending. I'm just going to go like how it's going to follow the original. And that's pretty much it. Now, a spoiler warning, if you haven't played the original, you are going to be spoiled on what's going to come in the part 3, so you've been warned. Now, for those who are still here and who haven't played the original, just a quick recap on what's gonna happen. In the original, after the events of the Forgotten City, Cloud and the gang climb their way out and start to traverse in the snowfields and the glaciers to Icicle Inn. There they learn a little about Professor Gast, the weapons, and how Ifalna was taken by Hojo. After that, there's some snowboarding and a neat little bit where you try to find your way from the icy tundra, climb the side of the northern crater while trying not to freeze, and end up at the top of the crater. You traverse through the crater past the black robes and whispers, I meant unnaturally hard winds. Cloud gets totally brainwashed, living his traumatic past and giving the black materia to the newborn physical form of Sephiroth. The crater opens and big weapons emerge. Hojo, Heidecker and Rufus being on site with the High Wind, the crew excluding Cloud, escapes to the High Wind and wake up at Junon with Meteor heading towards the planet. A weapon attacks Junon, the group escapes the clutches of Sinra yet again, and Tifa has a slap-off with Scarlet. Now, if that doesn't happen in part 3, I might be a little disappointed. They hijack the High Wind and off they go. After that, you can travel pretty much wherever you want, but we head off to Midel, where Cloud's chilling out with the doctor and some nurses. He's pretty out of it. Tifa decides to stay with Cloud. The rest of the crew eavesdrops into Shinra conversations and their plans. They help out Corel and Fort Condor try to steal some huge materia. Cloud is still out of it, and a weapon attacks Midel, seemingly disrupting the livestream. The crew scares off the weapon, but Midel is destroyed and the ground shatters, making Tifa and Cloud fall into the livestream. Cloud figures out what really happened with Tifa's help and they emerge back up top. Cloud apologizes to everyone for the illusion he made, get a sub, and they continue to save the planet. And this is where I stop recapping just the sake of the length of this video, and we're not going to go into further details of the story, but we are going to start off seeing how part 3 might start. So I'm just going to get out a big 3D map from here and let's start from there. Now on this map, here is pretty much the area we traverse with the Bronco. Here's like, you know, Costa del Sol, there's the Golden Saucer and Corel and everything like that, and here's, you know, Midgar, the grasslands. If you played Rebirth, you know that already. So in the old game, I'm just gonna go over here. In the old game, the ancient temple, the temple of the ancients, was over here, and today in Rebirth it's somewhere over here. I think it's somewhere here. The Forgotten Capital is somewhere over here. I think it's that thing over there. Now when they escape the Forgotten Capital in Rebirth, they end up somewhere in the grasslands or something, repairing the Bronco. Now at this point in the original, you don't have the Bronco, so that's an interesting fact to start with. Now what we didn't have in Rebirth is we didn't have Rocket Town, that's over here. And we didn't have Wutai, that's over here. And we did not have small places like the Bone Village, etc. That's over here. And, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, let's start off, where does part 3 begin? And what I think is it begins in Rocket Town. Why do I think that? Because they got the tiny Bronco. So they fly over to Rocket Town to gather their thoughts, you know, just to chill out and think what they're gonna do next. Now the events unfold pretty much like they do in the original. They hang around in Rocket Town, and at this point Sid does not yet contribute to the party, but Vincent does. And you might get some, you know, side quests over here. You venture doing stuff with Vincent in your party if you want to, and you get some neat dialogue because Vincent is a bro. Now how things are gonna go in Rocket Town is that Sid is hanging around there, maybe trying to fix the rocket, etc. You're gonna be introduced to his wife and drink some goddamn tea, and then you're gonna meet Shinra again. Rufus and the gang with Palmer come into town. You're gonna fight Palmer. Palmer gets hit by that truck that he does in the original. You take the tiny Bronco and you fly off and try to escape Shinra, getting shot down and landing on water. Now at this point, Sid probably says something like, "Goddamn Shinra, I hate them all," and joins the party because he wants to fight them too. And, well, save the planet, of course. Now, how things are going to go from here, there's two ways, but I'm pretty sure we are going to go to Wutai. Wutai is closer geographically, so we are going to just roam over there. But there is the fact that we could also go to the Northern Crater, but that is a significant part of the story, so probably not yet. I think we're going to go there and get Yuffie's backstory. We're going to get Sid's backstory in Rocket Town, and after that, we're going to get Yuffie's backstory at Wutai. Of course, there's a lot of rocks and places over here. There wasn't really anything down here in the original, but I'm gonna guess they're gonna add something over here for side quests, etc. We're gonna see something about Glenn and, you know, what's happening in Wutai, how fucked up it is right now. It might be a little bit fucked up. And after that, Wutaians will help you traverse to the Northern Crater. Now, the reason also why I think we're gonna go to Wutai is because this is a build-up to Cloud's mental health and how he's breaking down and how he's eager to go to the Northern Crater because he really wants to take the black materia to Sephiroth. So you can see like flashbacks and headaches and everything like that, and how he's getting more angry and angry because he's going to the dark side. After that, we get a ride to the glaciers or the snowfields, whatever you want to call it. And we traverse through the glaciers and the snowfields. I hope they do this somewhat what they did with the original, because that was a cool bit where you had like this small map and tried to traverse through it. You go to an Icicle Inn, you do that snowboarding part, you slide down over here. This is like Icicle Inn is over here, and you slide down over here to this place, and you go to the side of that crater, you climb it up and you get to the crater. Now there is of course a chance that maybe their story could start with a boom. We could go straight off to the Northern Crater, we lose the Bronco there or something, and then the story continues with the red big sky, you know, with meteor heading down. But I don't see that happening, because that is like, it feels like it's big jump to the part of just being really open world, because, you know, after that you get to traverse pretty much anywhere. So I think it's gonna be a little bit linear before that, like it did on Rebirth. Of course, there's gonna be a quick story part at Yunnan over here where you see Barrett and Tifa and the gang being held up as prisoners, and then we see the weapons emerging, or the weapon emerging and attacking Junon. And Tifa, you get to play with Tifa, you escape, you know, Junon, and climb up to the airfield and hijack the High Wind. Now, I can't remember actually how in the original they found out that Cloud was in Mideel. I pretty much remember you just fly to Mideel and there's somebody talking about a spiky-haired dude at the hospital, and everybody's like, "Wow, it's Cloud, we gotta go see him." But yeah, you get the High Wind, I guess you get like some kind of wind of some NPC talking about what's happening in Mideel, and you fly over there, and Mideel's over here at the southern part of the map. Events unfold pretty much the same. I think we're gonna get sidetracked with you know, the stealing of the huge materia, because we are gonna need the submarine at some point. So, you know, the guys go and try and steal the huge materia from underneath Shinra. They're gonna try and save Corel. They're gonna try and save, you know, for Condor, stuff like that. Now there are these mini games where you have to like catch up with the train before it hits Corel and everything like that. And if you stop it before it hits it, you get like, you know, was it Meteor or Ultima or something like that. Or if you don't stop it, you have to pay like 50,000 gil for it or something. So I think they're gonna be definitely there. Now, like I said, things are going to go pretty much normal. like in the original, they're gonna fall into the live stream and they're gonna figure out who Cloud is and climb up, and then you're free to traverse anywhere you want. Now this is the part that I think is going to change a little bit. We had the submarine, we had the high wind, and we had the places we could go. Now let's start with the small places. First of all, over here in the northern crater, there is the Bone Village, and this right here is the Chocobo Sage's hut. So I think we're going to be able to go to the Bone Village when we're going to Icicle Inn. I think there's going to be some kind of side quests, etc. that involve the Bone Village. But what's going to be over here? What's going to be here instead of the Chocobo Sage's hut? Because the Chocobo Sage's hut is already, you know, in Nibelheim. You visit him there. You help out Bill and, you know, stuff like that. So it's already there. So what's going to be here? Maybe Lucretia's cave? Actually, probably not, because it's going to have to be over here where it is normally. I think it's somewhere over here. Let's go all out with this theory. So you got the submarine. So you got the underwater reactors that were, if I remember correctly, they were somewhere near Junon. You got the ancient key that was over here. You got all kinds of stuff. You can go with the submarine. You fight emerald weapon, ruby weapon, either way, I can't remember which one. Underneath the water, how they're gonna do that, you're gonna get water materia that you can not water materia, you get the underwater breathing materia that you can fight him. Otherwise you got like 20 minutes time to fight that weapon. We got the high wind, so let's go all, you know, Tears of the Kingdom with this shit. So we're gonna have like meteor falling down from up above, and it's gonna disrupt somehow the gravity, and we got places like pieces of land floating here. So we're gonna be seeing something like that where we can get with the high wind a little bit of extra and small details. Now of course I think that the Cactuar Island and the round island is going to be here, and we're going to get a golden chocobo in the part 3, because in the original you are not able to fly to the round island. You're not able to land there because it's all wood and forest. So you're going to need a golden chocobo so you can, you know, walk on water, climb the mountain or the crater and get into the round island and get the materia that's there, that is the Knights of the Round. Now we're gonna have Goblin Island over here. I think we're gonna have some side quests over there because there's that fighting goblin that we fight in Rebirth, so probably something over there too. I don't know, you never know. Or was it here? No, these are Medieval Islands, these over here. So there's gonna be a lot of things over here probably too. Now, are you going to be able to visit the old places, the old regions in the new one? Yeah, probably yeah, because if you're starting from Rocket Town, you got Wutai over here, you got the Northern Crater over here, you got, you know, Round Island over here, Goblin Island over here, Cactuar Island over here. They're all over the place, so you're gonna have to fly over them, and there's a lot of different places you can get with the high wind. I think they're gonna expand it a little bit, even though there are these locations that we've visited, but I think there's gonna be something different that we're not going to be able to, like, you know, land in some places and go visit some places, but we are going to be able to visit some new places, some higher places, like in Cosmic Canyon, for example. There was a lot of crevices and stuff like that, and you can see like these open areas and between those crevices that when you fly, you know, past it to the gold saucer. No, Nibelheim. When you fly to Nibelheim. No, from Nibelheim to gold saucer. I can't remember anymore. Whatever. But when you fly over there, you see those crevices and everything, and those mountain tops that you can probably land on. Now, Lucretia's cave. That is one of the most interesting places to me because I love Vincent. Vincent is one of my favorite characters in this game, and Matt Mercer does a great job with him. So you are gonna get the submarine and you are gonna go through here. There's gonna be some kind of way to find Lucretia's cave and have you know, a short backstory of Vincent yet again over here. But how they're gonna do that, because in the original you have, you know, Lucretia there and she's crystallized, and she asks Vincent to leave, and later on when you get back, you find a limit break and a weapon. So how are they gonna do that in the new one? Are you gonna actually find Lucrezia over there? Or are you gonna just, find an empty cave? And if Lucrezia leaves, are we gonna see like where she goes? Because she just leaves, and she is in Dirge, isn't she? I can't remember anything about that game anymore. It's something so forgettable. Dirge of Cerberus. Now, how I've actually done this video so far is that I have main points, questions that I'm asking myself, because I'm not doing this live. I'm just recording my thoughts. So how are we gonna fight the weapons? We are gonna fight them full on with everybody. They are big, they are huge. I think we're gonna use every character we have. And if we don't, I'm gonna be really disappointed, because I think that this game, part 3, is gonna be the game where you are going to be controlling every freaking character you have in your team. I mean, not just 3 characters, all 8 characters, or 9, depending on where the story goes. And you are going to be hunting them down. You're going to be hunting those weapons down, because some of them are story related. You are going to be fighting them or just scaring them off. I don't know, but fighting them in the story. But then there's a few of them that are scattered around the world, and you're going to have to find them. And that is the greatest part. Just, the combat, getting yourself equipped with all the best material and weapons, and just trying to challenge yourself to fight these great big monsters, the weapons. And there's gonna be at least one person who's gonna put a toad ring on every freaking character and just challenge him or herself even more. That's what happens in every freaking Final Fantasy game. Toad ring, I have never understood that. But yeah, those are pretty much my thoughts. I'm glad that I got to empty them into the camera recordings and everything. Hope you liked them. If you did, remember to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. If you think the same things I do, comment down below. If you have some variations or different opinions, comment down below too. Let's have a big discussion of how part 3 is gonna start and how it's gonna go. So I'll be seeing you in the next one.